All right, this next one starts with Eddie. And I know Eddie can do good with this one, and I think hope the other three do as well. Here it goes, Eddie. Some people feel the conditional use permit system is abusive. Should the zoning definitions be broadened to reduce or eliminate the need for conditional use permits? You have 1 minute on that one, Eddie.
You know what, I understand the concept of having this conditional use permit, but I think it's abused, okay? If we're rolling in $1 billion of revenue, then you get to have a vision for different neighborhoods and different parts of the city. But if you don't, again, you should be thanking your lucky stars that you have small businesses who want to open. And we have layer upon layer of, your zoned retail. Oh, but you can't have that kind of retail here. Oh, and by the way, you need 30 deciduous trees in your parking lot, and you need a green space, and you need a rain garden, and you need solar, and your building has to be beige. It's just taken to preposterous extremes that make people not want to expand or try. Yeah, if you're zoned, go ahead and say you can't have a strip club or something like that, but don't make everybody dance over this bureaucratic nonsense every time somebody wants to do something. And then multiple layers. It's like peeling an onion and you get to the bottom, it's like, wait a minute, there's nothing there. We need to work with business owners who want to open and want to expand here.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Monte, for 1 minute. What about these conditional use permits?
Well, I deal with these on a regular basis, very regular basis, weekly at the county level. And I think as far as the process goes, the question is the conditional use process abusive? Correct?
Is the permit system abusive?
Yes.
Are they too narrow?
I don't believe that the permit system in the process is abusive. What I believe happens is that in individual cases it becomes abusive. Okay? So the process is not as flawed as certain things that happen on an individual basis. They're conditional use permits, and they're important because it provides a method for businesses to compete with each other while they have fairness in equity. And what I mean by that is the fact that, and I dealt with this just recently, an automotive repair shop having to play by the rules, buy insurance, do all of their oil collection properly, and you drive down a street and you see somebody working on cars in their yard, a backyard, a shade tree mechanic, making money. That person there is no fairness and equity for the legitimate business owner that's paying property taxes, that's paying his conditional use permits. And there is the issue of the safety of the neighborhood and the quality of life in the neighborhood. These things are important. It's very important to hear the neighbors out and to know what people feel about the things going on around them. But on an individual basis, I can see where bureaucracy gets in the way. I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've had to cut through it numerous times. And this, again, goes back to the more cooperative government.
Thank you. Over to you, Steve. 1 minute.
Now, are these residential or just commercial?
No, this would be commercial. Let me restate the thing. Well, zoning covers everything. Residential, commercial, industrial, the whole ball of wax. Some people feel the conditional use permit system is abusive. Should zoning definitions be broadened to reduce or eliminate the need for conditional use permits? In other words, there'd still be zoning there, but could they be broadened so you don't have so many conditional uses?
I'll be honest with you. I'm new at this, so I'm very new at this, so I'm not very, I gotta pass on this question because I'm not gonna say something that
We accept that. Okay. Ray, over to you for 1 minute.
Yeah, I think it could be broadened. Conditional use can be very abusive in the way it's formed. I just dealt with one up on Douglas Avenue, Boyle, and he has U-Haul trailers over there and trucks. And he was told he had to get a conditional use permit, $675 to get a new one because he added 2 more trucks. And by the way, you wouldn't get it anyway. This is what our gal told him. I said, why are you citing this guy then, if he ain't gonna get the permit anyway? Why should he pay $675 to tell him no? And what he did is he had the old co-op station next to the restaurant, and he had 2 trucks there. He decided to sell it and move it. And all of a sudden, our gal shows up and says, you gotta get a conditional use permit. And by the way, it's $675, but you ain't gonna get it anyway. So I mean, hello. So it can be broadened, believe it or not. Next. Eddie,
No, I answered.
you answered.
Eddie started that.
He started.
Okay.